Hi, in this video I'm going to present the features of this application that have been achieved by using JavaScript, jQuery and AJAX. We are already signed in as Gianni Versace. This is the same application that I spoke about last time. It's a virtual fashion show organizer. And we have different view options here. We can view all designs, designers, fashion shows, and we can create a new fashion show. So if we start with the designers, this is the designer index view, and now we have a feature where instead of just listing passively and statically the list of the designs of each particular designer, we can present it dynamically using JavaScript. By clicking the button, we roll down all the designs of this particular designer, and the show button becomes a hide button. So we can roll down and roll back up, and we can do it with the many designers at the same time, and then roll them up in any order that we select. The interesting thing is that the designs of each designer are presented in the form of a link, not just a passive name of the design. The same thing actually goes for a show view of a designer. We can go to a show view of a designer that we are signed in as, and here, as you can see, the same functionality works. Then, if we go to all available designs, we can see how these designs are presented here, actually in more or less the same way as in the previous video, just statically style, fashion, and the link to the designer of the design. And as we go to individual designer show view, we have the same functionality that I showed before. So we can also take a look at commenting functionality to designs. For example, if we open any design in the show view, we can enter and display comments. If we click enter and display comments, here in this design we don't have any comments, and we can roll this functionality up. It gives us a possibility, an opportunity to enter a comment. We can, for example, do something like this. And as we create the comment, the comment is being saved, and as we try to display it, we see it in the display functionality. We can click it closed, and we can go to the next design. The functionality of the next design is implemented so that if we, for example, have displayed the comments of this particular design, or we can take some other design, for example. We can take this design and there's a bunch of comments to it. And as we click the show next design button, they all get hidden, rolled up, and we see the next design. And here, if we click the display comments button, we see the comments to the following design, to the next design, which is being actually implemented by taking the ID number from the updated URL and assigning it to the essentially to the next button. So as we click the next design, the comments to the previous design disappear, and we can see the design. We can see the comments to the next design, and so forth. We can also create a new design from the show view of the designers that we are signed in as. So if we go back to the designers and go to the Gianni Versace page, and when we create a new design, here the error messages are handled via essentially jQuery and JavaScript, versus error messages handled when we sign in, where it's done by device, or when we try to, for example, save a fashion show without entering the information that needs to be entered by validation. For example, if we try to create a fashion show without entering the appropriate information, we have the error message displayed like this. This is pure Ruby. If we try to create a new design without entering appropriate information, this is the error message given to us by JavaScript. So when we try to create a design, for example, something like this, and enter some style and fashion. Let's give it another fashion show. When we create a design, without refreshing the page, as you can see, we're still in the new view. We have a name of this newly created design. We have the style and the fashion displayed in the same page, in the same view. There are also two interesting things here. As you can see, the form is cleared and the create button is reactivated. So this is essentially all the functionality implemented and achieved by using JavaScript, jQuery, and AJAX in this application. Thank you for your attention.